Okay, so we're back. So we just did our energy exchange, and during our energy exchange, we found with our pendulum and with our charts that we have a yuck energy we needed to get rid of, which was the energy of brain damage. And for me, that's just like my brain is mush, my brain is exhausted, I can't think straight, I can't think clearly, which is what I was just telling myself. And now we called in this energy of kindness, kindness for ourselves, kindness in the place where that feeling of brain damage and ick was living. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper, and this is when we really pull out the spiritual response technique. This is beyond dowsing, right? What I was just doing before was kind of dowsing. You have a chart, you use your pendulum, it shows you an answer based off of your ideomotor response, which is, for me, when my high self, the energy that comes through me via my high self, very, very gently flows through my hand and into this pendulum, which then gives me information. And then my higher self interprets that information and says, aha, I see what this is. Well, actually, let's reverse. The dowsing piece is the piece where we're just using the pendulum, the ideomotor response, and this chart. And then the SRT piece is where we think about this information that we're shown on the chart, and then our high self interprets that information and figures out how to apply it and how to use it. So that's what we're doing here. So brain damage. And you know, again, this could mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. This could be literal, figurative. This could be, you know, the brain of one of your different bodies, you know, the brain of your spiritual body, the brain of your emotional body, your physical body, whatever the case may be. For me, it feels to me today like this is a two-part thing. My brain is literally like, girl, you've done enough. You've traveled enough, you've had enough meetings, you've done enough things, you've written enough emails, you've clicked enough things off of your to-do list. You're done. You've done a little damage there, you know, pushing so hard and not giving yourself rest. So, hey, maybe this is for that other part of the collective that, like me, is potentially pushing a little too hard and not giving yourself enough rest, which is causing your brain to literally not work as good. You're probably not getting as much sleep. You're probably not eating, which means you're not fueling your brain and giving it rest. So this is for y'all who are the busy, busy, busy ones that push super hard, that are driven, or that just have a lot of responsibility on your plate, whatever the case may be. So this is for you to figure out, where is this brain damage energy showing up for you? Is it emotional? Is it like your emotional brain, your emotional mind is actually numbed or dulled right now because of how much you've been going through? So again, you can interpret this in a way that feels good to you. When you first hear these words come up in my mouth, you can wait for my interpretation, and you can also just be like, whoa, what was my gut check when Kate said that? You know, and that's what happened for me in the energy exchange just a few minutes ago. As soon as I said the word kindness, I was like, oh, I felt my whole body release. I was judging myself. I really was. I was judging myself for how tired I was. I was judging myself for not being able to show up for my business in the way I wanted to today, for not being able to show up, for cleaning my house in the way I wanted today, and walking my dog in the way I wanted today. That brain damage was influencing me to not be kind to myself at all. And the second I said the word kindness, I felt it all release. So see what it feels like for you when I say these words. And then again, think about the fact that if this is something you're really curious about, this is what we would do in a session. If I was working with you individually, this is what we would do. So consider if this is something that could be helpful for you. And, you know, again, it's about sharing together, your high self and my high self, coming together to share information and share insight and knowledge that our conscious mind blocks, that our conscious mind is, again, probably too busy to really look at and really be aware of. And so with our spiritual response technique, this is about bringing the subconscious to light. This is about bringing the things and the darkness to light. This is shadow work. To me, SRT is shadow work. And for those of you who know that term and have wondered what that could be like for you, if you don't want to do ayahuasca, don't do ayahuasca, do SRT. If you don't want to do, if you don't want to do years and years and years of, deep, painful, therapeutic work consciously, then maybe you've tried and it hasn't worked, think about SRT. So anyway, wow, that is a really long introduction. Let's go to the root. Let's find the root. So what is the root of this brain damage? So is there a root of this brain damage, this energy of brain damage, this feeling of having our brains damaged, or potentially, how about we look at this? What is the root of this overwork we're doing for ourselves? What is the root of the overwork? Why are we doing this to ourselves? We've inherited this from those around us. So we've either inherited the actual energy of brain damage, and this can be because somebody told you at some point that you were stupid, and that's the energy that you're carrying with you, and that's the collective that this is for. or this is your work ethic, your drive, your incessant need to get stuff done and be accomplished was gifted to you through your family, either through your genes, through their traumas and histories in your family line, or actually through the culture of your family where that was the expectation in your family. And now your brain has been formed, has been developed to be an overworker and to push too hard and take too much on. So we're clearing that right now. So we're just clearing any gift that our ancestors have given us, any gift their family has given us in this lifetime or any lifetime in this realm or any realm in this reality or any reality where we needed to overwork, push ourselves so hard, or think that we are stupid or less than in any way, shape, or form. When you can just take an exhale on that one if that feels good to you. You can also say yes or amen or whatever feels really good for you to confirm that. You can always say these things right along with me too. You can say, I release myself from the imprint of brain damage, either silently or out loud, whatever works for you. Okay, chart 18. Chart 18, here we go. So what else is going on here with this, this brain damage thing? What is happening here? Blocks to our, is that physical expression or verbal expression? Blocks to our verbal expression. Blocks to our verbal expression. We're not able to verbally express ourselves, and that is creating an energy of what I would say would just be dysfunction in the brain. You know, maybe brain damage is, you know, maybe that feels like an extreme way to describe it, but it's definitely creating dysfunction. You know, that sense of I can't express myself. I can't say what I need to say verbally. And so that is getting, that is, oh, I can totally see how, what this is like. Yeah, I can see this. It's hard to describe, but I can see it, right? It's like your words getting stuck in your throat has created an energy. And that energy has potentially traveled into your mind, right? All the things you've never said now stuck in your mind. The energy of all the things you've never said stuck in your mind, stuck in your brain. Even if we're talking physically here, this is what's wild, is that physically, if you have not expressed those words, it has created an energy in your muscles, your fascia, your blood, your bones, and wherever. And if that has gotten stuck in your actual brain, then yeah, maybe you feel literally brain damaged. Like, yeah, because how can you not, how can there, I mean, what dissonance is created when you have all these things you need to say, but you don't say them, and now they're just stuck up here. So this is for anybody who wants to take advantage of this full moon energy and go say the thing that you've always wanted to say to somebody. That thing that you've been holding back saying, this video is your permission to say the thing and watch your brain clear up. Watch you suddenly have a lot more energy. Rosie's thinking about how she's going to make her bed. She's doing a little circle right now. Yeah, so I want you all to take this as confirmation that you should say the thing you have been wanting to say. Just say it and get it out and watch what happens. And maybe you lose somebody important in your life, but wow, maybe your brain doesn't feel damaged anymore. That feels like a really good reason. Okay, so that we cleared the root of this brain damage. Yes, we've cleared the root of the brain damage. Fantastic. Okay, and so then we're gonna go to that kindness thing, and we're just gonna say, are we open to kindness? Is our heart open to giving kindness to ourselves or receiving kindness from others? Or are we blocked to that kindness, and or are we blocked to the kindness? So this is when I just check my percentages. Hello, you wanted to come say hi? Yeah, you said it's not really a clearing with Kate video unless Rosie makes an appearance. I know, you're such a good girl. We'll go to bed soon. Okay, we'll go to bed soon. It's late here. It's late. Rosie wants to go to bed. We're gonna go to bed soon. We're gonna go to bed soon. Okay, so then we're gonna say what percent is the collective open to kindness? 100%. Beautiful. We love this. What percent is the collective blocked to kindness? Oh, did you see that? Also 100%. So it spun once, then it was like, meh, no, that's also, we're blocked to our kindness. So let's look at that block. Let's destroy it, melt it, disintegrate it, burn it up, whatever we got to do. Okay, chart 17. So what can we do to destroy these blocks? What can we do? What do we need to look at? What's the root of the block? What is the block itself? Let's see, susceptibility to lower forces. We might just be susceptible to lower forces, and that is blocking us to our kindness. We might have been traveling and been exposed to a whole lot of lower forces. Hi, that's me. We might have been in a family environment where we're just around lower, dense frequency energy, and that is blocking us to our kindness. And that could be, again, our kindness to ourselves or from us to others. So I'm just using the power of, my visualizations to see all of us as a collective cleared of those lower dense frequencies, and really just seeing us again, changing the dial. We're taking the collective, let's pretend the collective is a radio, and we're just changing us to the frequency of kindness, changing us to the frequency of compassion, changing us to the frequency of grace. So that's what we're doing right now. As I say these words, I just call in that that's what's happening. And I don't care if you think that's ridiculous and weird, because it is. But what if it works? What if it works? And I already know that it's worked, because I feel so much better myself just by doing this right here. And I was not well. Moments ago, I was not well. And now I'm finally feeling better. Okay, so now what do we need to do to continue to chip away at that block? I'm seeing chart 10B. Chart 10B, let's see. Ooh, so we're just asking to clear all replications of any program that is blocking us to our kindness. So it's like, okay, Kate, you just cleared this one thing. And now though, there's like this, they're like little, I imagine them like little cells that want to just keep dividing and multiplying, dividing and multiplying, dividing and multiplying. And we're just stopping that process right now. We're like, enough. You don't need to divide and multiply. You can just be you. And then I need you to go. You can just be your one you, and then I need you to go. So you don't need to stick around. You don't need to clone yourself. You don't need to duplicate yourself. You're just done. We don't need you operating inside of us anymore. And I think really too of every time we have an operating system that is duplicating itself over and over and over again, we think about a computer operating system and how that will slow down the processing. The processing speed will slow down. Hence why earlier for me, I felt so slow in my brain, because my processing speed was so low, because I was duplicating programs. I was duplicating negative thinking. I was duplicating, I was future tripping. I'll just say what I was doing. I was future tripping. I was worried about the future. I was worried about something that I know is coming down the line for me that I'm not excited about. So that was the replicating program, was worry about the future, worry about the future, worry about the future, worry about the future. How are you going to find the energy, Kate, to do the thing you know you need to do? That thinking was what was getting me down. So then of course I felt low energy. So now we just break outside of that by not allowing ourselves to loop inside of outdated thinking like that. And not even outdated, but just impractical. It's not practical to worry so much about the future. It's just not. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't help you. Worry is not a good tool to deal with life. It's literally not. It is just a waste of energy. Worry does not change anything. It just doesn't. And in fact, it was draining me and fading me out and fading out my good problem solving brain, because I was in worry brain. And now that I'm clear, I can go, okay, well, what is it that I really don't want to do in the future? And what's the solution so that I either don't have to, or how can I pull upon the resources I need to be able to deal with that thing that's coming in the future? Like it or not, it's coming. So how do I deal with it? And my brain a little bit ago was not able to think that way. I was just stuck in a looping pattern. So for anybody who is ready to be stuck out of your looping patterns, just do it. Just do it. Give yourself kindness. There it is, right? That's how I accessed that, was because first I had to hear that kindness was what I needed to give myself. I was in self-judgment is what was happening. I was in self-judgment because my inner voice was saying, you're not not strong enough to handle this thing that's coming. You're not smart enough to handle the thing that's coming. You don't have enough energy to handle the thing that's coming. And I was having a lot of negative thoughts about myself and my own ability to handle life. So again, I'm sharing this so that y'all can hear how I use SRT and how I'm using this clearing for me and how it works for me, and in hopes that it will help you as well. So I'm just going to see, so what percent now are we blocked to kindness? 0%. No more blocks to kindness. That's fantastic. So great. We do 100% of 100% of mop up, which is what we say because we don't want to leave anything behind in this clearing. And it's only been 14 minutes, and a good clearing could take you an hour. 2 hours. So we're just saying we don't have 2 hours, but we're asking for everything that would have been cleared in that 2 hours to be cleared now. Clear everything that we can clear without spending the time doing it, because we just trust and believe that can happen. So our replacement energy here is hospitality. We got kindness, we got hospitality, we got all kinds of nice things coming this way. That's so funny. Cleanliness, hospitality, That's so fun. It's just so funny. It's just so funny. One of the things I was beating myself up about was the fact that my house wasn't clean enough. And now Spirit's like, girl, I give you cleanliness. I give you the energy of cleanliness. I give you the vibe of cleanliness. Don't worry about if there are dog dust bunnies, you know, wandering down your hallway. Okay, everybody. Wow. Well, there's that. I hope you all have been able to go on this journey with me, the highs and the lows, the ins and the outs. And I hope that this is actually helpful for somebody to hear how this works, to see how SRT works, and to hopefully get some good benefit yourself from this. And again, I do one-to-one sessions and I do them on Zoom. I can do them in person, but I live in a small town, so you're probably not here. And I do them over Zoom, and it's this, right? Your experience with me will be very similar to this experience right now. I sort of just am myself. It's a little hard for me to hide it anymore. So this is what we would do. We would have a conversation, we'd clear some stuff together, we'd share some stories, we'd look at some roots, we'd clear some blocks. And then, like me, you can walk away, potentially walk away a whole lot calmer and hopefully a little happier. Okay, everybody, thanks for being here, and we will see you next time on another episode of Clearing with Kate.